When the government controls hate, freedom becomes conditional. Welcome to Wake Up Canada News. I'm Brad Wilder. This next article was researched and written by one of our many Wake Up Canada News contributing reporters. Canada is at a turning point, and most people don't see how serious it really is. Laws like Bill C-9 are expanding the definition of hate, removing protections that used to allow Canadians to speak, debate, and even practice their beliefs without fear, and handing the government unprecedented power over what counts as acceptable speech. Now, the danger isn't only in the new law itself. It's how the system operates. The government drafts the law using vague terms like detestation and vilification, leaving their meaning open to interpretation. Whoever writes the law already shapes the battlefield. When the police interpret it first, they decide which complaints to investigate, which groups to monitor, and how to aggressively respond. They investigate some groups more closely while ignoring others. They respond differently depending on, who's involved. Then prosecutors step in and decide who will actually be charged, picking targets and leaving others untouched. Finally, the courts decide the guilt, but by then the damage has often already been done. People's lives are disrupted, reputations harmed, families stressed, and legal bills all start piling up. Even if someone's eventually cleared, the chilling effect remains. What makes this system so dangerous is selective enforcement. We already have seen this double standard in action many times in Canada over the last 5 years. Christians in particular have been targeted in ways that other groups rarely are. Protests, prayers, and religious expression by Christians are policed aggressively, scrutinized, and even criminalized. Meanwhile, other religious or cultural communities such as Hindus, Muslims, even Khalistanis, are treated differently. Their public gatherings, political statements, and religious practices often receive far less interference, even when the content is controversial. This isn't hypothetical. It's happening in real time, and it shows that enforcement is not about principle or fairness. It's about targeting certain groups while protecting or ignoring others. The law itself is vague, and the definitions of hate, detestation, and vilification shift depending on cultural trends, political ideology, and who's in power. What counts as hateful speech under one government may be ignored under another. This means speech is judged not by principle, but by convenience and political alignment. The greatest harm is the fear that this creates. People self-censor, thinking twice about what they can or can't say or can't do, worried about complaints, investigations, or even prosecutions. This chilling effect is what slowly erodes freedom. Scientific debate, religious teaching, political criticism, and moral discussion all become risky. Public discourse becomes one-sided. Once debate dies, truth dies with it. Canadians need to understand what's at stake. Do we want a country where politicians, police, and prosecutors decide what counts as hateful today and use those same definitions against anyone tomorrow? Or do we want a Canada where free expression, open debate, religious practice, and scientific inquiry are genuinely protected from government overreach? When the state controls the meaning of hate and enforces it selectively, it is not just controlling words, it's controlling people. And as we've already seen, Christians are being singled out while other groups receive more protection. That's a problem Canadians can't ignore. Canadians who are concerned about Bill C-9 and the way these laws could be used to silence Christians or limit free speech shouldn't stay silent. You can raise your voice by contacting your member of parliament, sending letters or emails to government offices, joining or supporting advocacy groups that really do defend religious and free expression rights, and even speaking publicly on social media or in local forums. You can attend town halls, participate in peaceful rallies, and make sure your community knows what's at stake are all ways to make your concerns heard. Look, the more Canadians stand up and speak out now, the harder it becomes for the government to enforce these laws selectively or without public scrutiny. If you want to get involved, see the description. We've got all the details there on the Parliament of Canada Contact and MP Directory, as well as you'll find your Member of Parliament by riding and constituency, even the general parliamentary inquiries, if you don't know your MP yet. There's the Office of the Governor-General of Canada, as well as, well, lots of phone numbers that we'll put up there too. Thanks for watching Wake Up Canada News. Please like, share, and follow us on any of your favorite socials, including Facebook, YouTube, Rumble, BitChute, and our website at wakeupcanadanews.com. Till next time, remember, you're the voice, and it's time to make it count. I'm Brad Wilder. I'll see you soon.